Hey yo pretty people, my name is LoXP and welcome to the Retaliation server. Well friends, I have to say, this server, this freaking server, it's a riot. It's an absolute riot and an absolute mess. And let me quickly explain why. So, in the previous episode, we've been working on my personal nether tunnel, the tunnel to my base that people can access, and we did some amazing progress in my personal opinion. We did great, but basically the next day, the Pigglesworth designed this. Well, okay, truth be told, he did not design it the next day. He did, in fact, just showcase it in a video. He's been designing this nether tunnel, and this is a nether tunnel to his base. He's been designing it for absolute ages, and I actually knew about it. This was absolutely unintentional on my part. I did not want to actually undercut him and say like, well, you gonna release a video about another tunnel, well, I'll be releasing a video about it too, and one day earlier than you. No, I in fact knew that he was working on something like this. It's just that knowing him and the scale he sometimes walks on, I did not expect this to be finished anytime soon. But as a result, of course, it ended up in a way that, hey, Zloy, you think your nether tunnel is good? Well, check out my double helix vortex thingamajig. And yeah, have to say, it is pretty great. It is pretty cool. Yeah, it is very upscale and quite hypnotic, which I kind of decided to take a bit of an advantage of. And yeah, I would, mind you, be enjoying it much more if the minecart didn't slow down before every powered rail. So that's a bit of a point. And also I would be enjoying it even more if it wasn't like released very next day after my video, which kind of makes it look like a bit of a stab at me. Which is why I did myself a bit of a favor and I went ahead and pranked the nether smithereens out of it. And now, as you all can clearly see, as you traverse the nether railway of Pigglesworth on your way to Sea Heaven, I'm very proud of this one. Did you see it? Did you figure out it? Or did the server lag absolutely ruin the moment? Yes, I did in fact put giant letters "subscribe to Zloy" on the way. You even pass through a half slab of the letter Y on your way. That's how cool this freaking is, and I love every second of it. Which is why I felt like starting this video here with it precisely. I just felt you guys would absolutely appreciate this little, you know, these shenanigans of mine. Obviously, it is not a new thing on this channel to be mean to Pigglesworth for no good reason. Check out at the very least the Minecraft Hardcore Challenge series we do together with him and Nashcrafter. But at the same time, I wouldn't be even bringing it up, mind you, if not for something else. I would have actually waited for him to release his video on it before doing anything myself. But it just so happened that, well, first of all, my own nether tunnel got not pranked. I actually was working on it quite a bit and wanted to show you the differences. So let me hop into the minecart. But yeah, turns out that while I was sitting here putting giant letters into Pigglesworth's nether tunnel, Nashcrafter decided to randomly get me back for building those flying, you know, dangerous night flops that I've built against her hot air balloons. Well then, I did ask her to bring me all the stones she ever had. And I'll give her that. This seems like quite a large amount of precisely that material. Yep. This would actually serve greatly as some kind of a temporal thing to cover up the embarrassment that at some point was the Hello Kitty nether ship. But alas, I actually swapped every Hello Kitty merchandise bit for a regular one, for a regular skull, just before she decided to visit it. Delivery! You misspelled devilry. Hope you enjoy all of your new stone, all yours. I really hope you have a silk touch pick. Well, I do in fact have one. If you want your ship back and the air around it, you're going to have to walk for it. Have fun, Nash. She cannot be serious. Oh! Oh, it's this kind of prank. I honestly was hoping that she just encased it in stone. But turns out that she just freaking spilled it everywhere. Wow. I legit expected, like, once I saw it I was like, meh, not a big deal. Not a big deal. It's just, who cares? She made a box around it, but no, she actually filled in every air block. Well, basically every air block around this stupid place. Alrighty, this is yet a tiny bit absurd. Nash, this shall not go unpunished. I gave you oak wood. I gave you oak wood and my red shulker box. And this is how you repay me. Ignoring the fact that this is like, this will take an hour or so to clean up. You went out of your way. Do you know how hard it is to not destroy any of the concrete while... See? I'm already destroying my own vessel. I cannot believe her. Well, at the very least, it kind of solves the problem of gusts blowing away the decorations. Because, you know, stone is gust-proof and stuff. But man, I am taken aback here right now. Nash, this is some amazing things that are going on. I will have to clean it up, and I don't even have a beacon. I'll have you know, I don't even have an efficiency beacon that could get rid of all of this in literally moments. So we will have to really walk for all of my stuff, and we will have to really go about doing this. And yeah, if you have any ideas on how to pay her back, do leave a comment. It will be much appreciated. Alright, well, now that I have recorded my genuine unscripted, unpaid for that kind of stuff, unadulterated, is that a word? Anyway, now that I have recorded my genuine reaction to this, I at the very least can go and... Oh my god, there's still a book from the Guy King. Anyway, go and watch her latest episode in peace, because I was kind of really curious as how did she frame it? And I was also really curious as to what she, generally did in that video. So, while watching her stuff, I managed to clean this up a tiny bit. And yes, I know that this is probably not enough to make that blaze not shoot at me anymore, but whatever. And yeah, she never once mentioned the wood shulker box. Not in this episode at the very least, not in the one already uploaded at this particular moment. I still have to chisel my poor ship out of the rest of the stone, and there seems to be tiny bit tiny bit of that too left here on the downwards. It feels like her original plan was not to encase it in a giant brick, but to actually just cover the thing using it. But you know the actual irony of this? Which, of course, how would you be able to know it? I never actually announced it. The irony of it is basically that she wasn't that far off of what I was kind of planning and willing to do with this stone. There are two general projects that I wanted this thing to be used at. First of them is, of course, my nether tunnel, the bridge leading all the way to the base and the actual arrival spot. I was hoping to get made out of that precise material, the stone bricks. And yeah, stone bricks kind of fit perfectly. The other thing that I really wanted to use the stone brick for was actually the replacement of the grass in the down here. You see, the dirt and the grass were originally placed here by me out of a will. Like, basically I wanted this entire thing to be a giant wheat farm, but now that I don't really need it, in fact I don't need it at all, I feel like it would be better if I just covered the entire place in half slabs of, you know, stone bricks or something like that. Simply because that would mean not only spawn proof but also blast proof. The gusts and falling into lava wouldn't be a problem anymore. However, that's, yeah, those plans got tiny bit sidetracked, because you see, I already am sick of seeing stone, and frankly, I'm also very sick of seeing the nether. So in the next episode, I think we should do something much different. With our newfound materials, let's go and visit our spawn house, well, our community house. Because in the previous video, I said that it could really use some fine detail work, and I just so happen to know a person who's actually very good at that detail work. So next time on Zloy XP plays Decidedly Vanilla, Recap Island gets a collab with Pixel Riffs. Let's see how badly that will go. But for now, that sadly is gonna be it for today. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do leave a like, do leave an idea if you have one on how to prank Nash back. I would absolutely love something like that. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.